Hi, this is Rob Gordon with the LSA Academic Advising Office, and this is the next in our series of tutorials for first-year students on how to use Wolverine Access. In today's tutorial, we're going to be talking about how to use an override for a class that's closed or that you're on the wait list for. So here's what you need to do. First, there are several ways that you can get an override. Typically, either an instructor or the department has to issue the override, so your academic advisor is not going to be able to give you an override. In many cases, instructors are only going to issue overrides during the first week of class once spots become available, but there are some departments like chemistry and the Romance language department that will issue overrides as spaces become available over the break. And so definitely be checking your university email account because you may get notification that you've got an override for a class. If you are able to get an override for a class, here's what you need to do. Go into Wolverine Access and then the Student Center here, which is the page we're looking at right now, and then click on Backpack Registration here. In the example that we're looking at today, the student is waitlisted for Comp Lit 241 Section 001, and you can see down here the yellow circle means that the student is waitlisted for that class. So Comp Lit 241 Section 1, the student is waitlisted. What you need to do in order to actually get into the class is you have to drop off the wait list, which sounds counterintuitive, but you have to do that. You have to drop off the wait list. So go up to the top of the page here, hit drop. We're going to come down to Comp Lit 241 and say drop selected class. So the student is dropping off the wait list. Finish dropping. Alright. Now it says that has been successfully removed from your schedule. Okay, now that you've dropped off the wait list for the class, we have to re-add the class to your backpack. So go to the top of the page here and click on Add. And then we'll do a search. And we're going to type in Comp Lit 241. And you want to make sure that you click off the open only section right here, because otherwise the class is not going to come up because it's still closed. And then say search. And this is it here. There's still 3 people on the wait list. There were 4, but you dropped off the wait list, and so now there are only 3 people on the wait list right there. We're going to say select class, and it's going to re-add the class to your backpack. And then go down here, find the class, Comp Lit 241, click on the box right here. You can see again that the class is still closed, but the computer system is going to recognize that there's an override out there in your name, and it's going to allow you to register for the class. So click on the box there, and then proceed to step 2 of 3, and then finish registering. And the class has been added now to the schedule. So the student has added the class successfully. And if you go down to the bottom here, you can see this is the new class schedule. And so the student has successfully registered for Comp Lit 241 and used the override. Okay, now that you have successfully used the override and are registered for the class, what you want to do is click on My Class Schedule and print out a copy of your schedule. So we're going to click on Weekly Calendar View. And again, we don't have classes on the 4th or 5th of January, so you want to make sure you click on Next Week. And then this will give you a view of all the classes that you're registered for, including the Comp Lit 241 right here that we just used the override for. One important note is that not all classes do have waitlists, since there are some courses that are just going to be closed. In those cases, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on the classes, because as soon as students drop those classes, spots do come open, and so you can still add those classes without having to get an override. In either case, you may have to go on the first day of class to find out whether you're getting into the class or not and to successfully secure an override. If you have any questions or any problems, please contact the LSA Academic Advising Office, which is in 1255 Angel Hall, or you can call the office at 734-764-0332. You can also visit the Peer Academic Advising Office, which is in G150 of Angel Hall. So we hope that this helps, and have a good break and good luck with classes next semester.